100% true. Actually, Suma said, let's give an introduction about ourselves. The Prabhuji gave all the introduction, so half of our lecture is already over there. Because that's where it lies, right? So, introduction tells how much we are so much tied up in material life, correct? Like you have to take care of your office business, you have so much demands in office. Then you have kids, like Prabhuji said, you have 3 kids. Daughter, she's in 4th year of BS in US, University of California, San Diego. She's doing molecular and cell biology. And then twin boys, 11th grade. That itself is a lot. Plus on the top of office. And then we have satsangs and all this stuff. So that kind of self-explains the struggles as Suma is telling. And we thought half an hour we'll tell that only. That will give half of the answers to people. So yes, that is to thank you, Prabhuji, for inviting us and helping us prepare for it, which helps us actually. So there's nothing that we know that better than you guys. We're all on the same boat. So thank you for inviting us to this. So
yeah. So first of all, we want it to be as interactive as possible. So stop us anywhere you have question. You're free to sort of stop us and ask the question. It's as Praven said, we are as much in this journey along with you, maybe behind you also, as anybody else is. So that is one thing. So in that respect, we just wanted to know what is the definition of material life that you can think of. Anybody, like 2-3 definitions, let's get. Prabhuji's and Mataji's and Prabhuji's children also. Yeah.
When you're surrounded by Maya.
You are surrounded by Maya.
everything is done.
Very very nice. Actually, it's a very deep answer. Any simple answer from adults?
Taking a somersault every day.
Very good.
To meet your goals, to meet the ends.
Yeah.
You're right, Prabhuji. We live day by day. Actually, sometimes hour by hour. Next hour, what to do, we remember. After that, we don't remember. Sometimes we zone out, like thinking something and doing something else. Like while I'm coming, my muscle memory took me towards Kondapur Bhakti Center. Why are you going this side? Then I said, no, then you have to take a U-turn. So it's.
Prabhuji called us at that point. We were actually.
Where are you? Okay, then we have to take a U-turn. Because they're just going on, so.
Yeah. So any other one more Mataji's?
Deep answer, Mataji. Prabhuji, you have trained him on. You don't need to be here.
Simple answer.
Where the purpose of your life becomes earning money, buying a house, living a good life, going on a holiday, luxury, then it's never ending.
Exactly.
Purpose,
And what is the spiritual life?
Where you're
Surrendering to God.
All that perfect answers first time only. Very good. What is your name, Nana? Mukund Prabhu ki jai. What is your name? Adarsh Prabhu ki jai.
Adarsh is Adarsh for everyone.
And Mukund is Mukunda. What can we say?
Yeah.
So, in a YouTube short, I saw Srila Prabhupada define this very, very beautifully. Everything that we do, from morning till we sleep in the night or anything, right? If we keep Krishna in the center, it is spiritual life. If we don't have Krishna in the center, it is material life. Very simple, right? Srila Prabhupada ki jai! Right? So, mundane activities. Mataji's, we start the day with entering the kitchen, thinking of having a plan, what to cook for breakfast, what to cook for lunch, who is taking some food with them, who is not taking, for which we have to make hot later on when they wake up. All these things are there, right? If we have to cook these things, we have to cook food. But if we think of, okay, what prasadam I'm going to make, that's the only difference. Right? That's the only difference. We are still going to make all the items that we plan to do. It's just that we thought of Krishna first. People who are going to eat are still going to eat. People who are going to pack the food, they are going to still pack. But Krishna became the center. So simple, right? It should be simple. By this at least one definition. So that's where it begins. Whether we think of Krishna first or not? Any other example?
So yeah, so I don't know how many people have heard Leland Prabhu lectures. Somebody heard Leland Prabhu lectures? What's the famous quote he makes? Villa in Tallapur, right? Perfect example. We look at each other, why did he buy the villa? but one thing he also told, because we took his consultation when we were buying villa, we showed him what we are trying, and he said, Prabhuji, your house, when people enter, they should feel that this is Krishna's place. So we made sure. So you can buy villa, you can buy a bigger house, but if you think that this place is Krishna, right? I'm going to have a big altar for Krishna in the center of the house because he's the master. And if you think that I need to have a big satsang hall, so I can host more people, 100 people, 150 people, that is again Krishna consciousness, right? You are utilizing what you have for Krishna, right? So anything you think, if you put Krishna in the center and serve his devotees, he'll be pleased. And that is spiritual life by default. So always think like that. And actually morning I met my colleagues, my previous, so basically Prabhuji, I just changed job. So just update for all of you, I moved to Salesforce just last month. Not my company anymore, but I met my previous colleagues, my team members outside, and one other person lives in Zenith actually. So I asked him, hey, come to the session. We have a session called how to balance spiritual life and material life. He said, I don't think it applies to me because I don't have any spiritual life. I only have material life. It's like, okay, you can start. So basically that's one thing I want to tell, right? Why, we need to have spiritual life, right? We need to think about it. Because otherwise what is the difference between us and animals? That is the fundamental, right? We need to think why we are born, what's the purpose of life, right? As Mataji said, right? It's not just education, job, marriage, big house, but what else? What is the purpose of life? Why are we born as human beings? Why the birth is given to us, right? Higher purpose of life, and that's where your spiritual life starts. And once the spiritual life starts, we all need to have a goal, correct? It's like this. Say, Suma asks me, go buy ingredients to bake a cake. Tomorrow morning we have to celebrate somebody's birthday, we'll offer the cake. So what I will ask? I'll ask, Suma, tell me, what are the ingredients? She said, okay, maida, sugar, dry fruits, baking powder.
Whole wheat flour, I don't know.
Okay, whole wheat flour. And I ask her to send a list. Only then I'll go, right? Say I go to Vijayata, I quickly go, to the aisles and then buy and then come. So if you have a clear goal of what you want to buy, it's easy. You go and get it. Say I go to Vijayata without any goal. I'll go around in circles, right? Especially these big markets like Vijayata and Ratna, they are so huge. You'll be roaming around, first of all. Second of all, you don't know what to buy. And those people, right, sales people come and ask you, sir, what do you want? You look around, I don't know what I want. So if you don't know the goal of your life, nobody can help you. Even a spiritual master cannot help you if you don't have a goal in life. So not having goal in life is like going to a market without knowing what to do and roaming around wasting time. So first of all, the fundamentals of before even balance comes in the picture, right? We're talking about a fulcrum, spiritual life, material life on both sides. But the basis, the foundation is to have a goal. All of us should think. I think all of you are here in this satsang for a while. That's what Prabhuji told me. For 1 year you're coming. By this time, we should have a goal in life. What do I want to do with my life? What is where should I go? Where do I want to go? From here to there, right? And once you have a goal, then you can think about prioritization and balance and all this stuff.
Yeah. So I think the first session of SSR Prabhuji might have already stressed this point, right? Ahara nidra bhayam maitunam cha samanyam etat pashubhir narana dharmo hi eko adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pashubhir samana. Right? Otherwise there is no difference. They are doing it very rudimentarily. We are doing very sophisticatedly, right? They can eat whatever, animals can eat whatever is fallen on the road. We have nice, China dish and whatnot, and we nicely sophisticatedly eat at the dining table and slay with this sleeping, mating and defending as well. There is no really any difference. The only difference is dharma, right? So for the comment from the colleague that actually struck a point with us, that yes, how many people are really even seeking spirituality in their lives. This is like sometimes, I tell you this heart of a preacher, right? We are selling ice cream to someone who hasn't known ice cream at all, never. It is so hard. It is so hard sometimes. If anybody tastes spirituality once, it becomes very evident. It is not Pythagoras theorem, Ohm's law, Faraday's law, all these scientific laws that we have learned in life. This is something that gets revealed from inside. It's not a knowledge that you gain from outside. It actually looks like we are sitting on a Vyasasana and we are telling you, but the trick here is the knowledge and the revelation happens from within the heart. That's the difference between material knowledge and spiritual knowledge. Material knowledge is very Pythagoras theorem, right angle, triangle, trigonometry, calculus, right? There is nothing to reveal in the heart. But when it is spiritual, it comes from within. That's why, right, the first Shishtastakam says, Cheto Darpanamarjanam Bhava Mahagavagni Nirvapanam. The feeling is there, devotion is there, and love for Krishna is there. Everybody has it. Everybody has it. What did George Harrison say on the front book of Krishna? George Harrison is the lead guitarist of Beatles, right? He said everyone is looking for Krishna. It is just that they don't know. Everyone is looking for Krishna. Isn't it very unfortunate? I mean, that's one missing link. Arey, what you are looking for is Krishna. Yes, the big bulb goes through and things become so simple after that. But that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. Why? Krishna has a jailer called Maya. Right? And she has her job description says, only the worthy people should come to Krishna. And so she tries to really keep us here. And that's how. So I'm very sad, and it's very unfortunate when people don't seek spirituality. The reason is, when we become spiritual, actually material life also flourishes in many ways. Really. It may or may not look like that to others. I tell you, the word flourish is very different from spiritual angle. You may actually see that a person is going through some losses in business, or some personal relationship problems are happening. But as long as that person is turned towards Krishna and progressing in spiritual life, actually even that suffering has a lot of benefits, which you cannot say for material life suffering. Which you cannot say. Just last Sunday, I was telling my congregation that I aspire to be a failure in preaching. Have you ever seen somebody say, I aspire to become a failure? Have you? Have you ever seen somebody aiming for failure? I really want to fail maths. Yeah? Anybody? No, right? Nobody. Here the whole positive edge to this failure is, Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. He is looking at how much we are trying. Prabhuji is going to two communities every week. He's doing Sankirtan nights. He's arranging for morning Mangalarti to be attended by everyone. He's celebrating all congregations' birthdays. Mataji is so nicely assisting Prabhuji, going everywhere. I mean, she has her own set of duties at home, right? It is so hard to peel ourselves, both husband and wife, peeling ourselves from our homes and doing something for the welfare of others. Prabhuji's Mataji, is this an ordinary task? Is it very? It's so easy to sit within the comforts of our whatever villa, whatever apartment we have, go through our own life perfectly, isn't it? We'll further our career. We'll make sure that our kids get 100% in all their exams and everything, isn't it? So basically, I think long shot I took, but basically where I'm coming up with is you have to taste this spirituality to know the worth of it. And when you know it, once you know it, you can't keep it to yourself. Like you're going, it's like going to that South India mall where they're actually Shravana sale is going on, and per kg they're selling saris, and like for one, like you can get like 5 saris for 1,000 rupees. You cannot keep it to yourself. You have to put it in your women at sale. Hey, right? You have to tell somebody else. That's the kind heart. That's the kind-hearted nature. Even spirituality is like that. So imagine each one of you have a responsibility to at least get 1 or 2 families by the end of next year. Right? Like we do have that responsibility to sort of spread the spirituality so that people have these 2 lives, material life and spiritual life, and then we get to talk about the balance.
Yeah, that's true. And then coming back to the goal. Goal is very important in spiritual life. That is the foundation of it. Just like how we have goals in material life, right? We want to get to a promotion in office, kind of get fit. I want to do more exercise, weight loss. Yeah, all these things are good, because you want to do good in your office also, so that you earn good money, take care of your kids. Your personal life is important. More important than is to have goals in spiritual life. Only when you have goals in spiritual life, you come to the balance. If you don't have goals, there is no balance. You are always tilted towards one side. So goal should be, okay, I'm chanting 4 rounds now. Let me increase by another 2 rounds by next Ekadashi. Right? Amarendra Prabhu says, Amarendra Prabhu says, every Ekadashi should be a checkpoint, everyone. From last Ekadashi, what did I do better? Did I increase my chanting by 1 round? If I'm doing 8 rounds, did I do 9 rounds? If I'm doing 16 rounds, am I awake more? For 8 rounds at least, and 8 rounds I'm sleeping, things like that. Did I attend more classes? There are more opportunities to attend classes. Did I make effort or attempt to go to the classes? So everybody should have a goal, and everybody should have a checkpoint to see how we are doing from the previous. That's very, very important. That is where Prabhuji and Mataji will help you in giving more opportunities to serve others, opportunity to attend classes, yatras, the mangalartis, those things, right? That is where you can say that I'm improving, and inching towards spiritual life. Because all of our goal is to, what is the ultimate goal? Go back to Godhead, right? That is the ultimate goal. And we are going to inch towards it. So, this is introduction. So, now Prabhuji, Mataji, you get enough of this spill, and you all know all these things. How do I do this, right? What are the practical tools and tips that you can give us? So, we're going to go through it. And we'll give you an acronym. I'm going to tell an acronym. BALANCE, BALANCE, balance. You can remember it nicely, and every letter we're going to tell a tip or a trick on how to do that, tool, how you can do that, right? So that's what let's start with B. Okay, for me B is setting boundaries. What does setting boundaries mean? Setting your boundaries between your spiritual life and material life. Very important. Right? Because most of the times we try to mix things. 9 to 5 office, morning 5 to 9 spiritual life, after 5 in the evening again spiritual life, weekends, Friday afternoon, Friday evening to Monday morning, allocate. Very fixed boundaries. And what I mean by that, 2 things. One, don't do spiritual things while you are in office, and don't do material things while you are doing spiritual things. Very, very important. It's also important because sometimes it's impossible. You always have mixed thoughts. When you're in your office, you will get some idea to listen to a lecture or find something, prepare a presentation for a class. It's natural. But to be able to balance, setting boundaries is very, very important. Yes, Bruce.
So is it wrong, for example, I finish my rounds of chanting, but when I'm driving, I still put Prabhupada's chant and I continue to chant. Is it wrong to do that because I'm doing a material thing by driving, but at the same time I'm also chanting which is spiritual? Is it wrong to do that?
So Prabhuji, first of all, I'm hoping you're not using beats.
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Prabhuji, while driving, listening to lectures, it's fine. But don't chant while driving, that is not correct. Don't do that. But listening to lectures is fine, Prabhuji. just instead of listening to music, you're listening to a class, a lecture, a chant. That's perfectly fine.
In fact, His Grace Dwarkadish Prabhu and Her Grace Vishaka Priyamataji, they are husband and wife. He's a doctor serving at Bhaktivedanta Hospital in Bombay. They say that as soon as they wake up, they both on a lecture. One he will on, one she will on, and they go about doing all the duties. He says even when he is brushing the teeth, he's hearing Prabhupada's lecture, he's hearing His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj's lecture. So listening lecture while you are doing these mundane things which doesn't really need any brain, it's muscle memory, right?
You don't need
Cutting
anything.
vegetables or actually it is really good. Actually, I have actually seen that, realized that ever since I started hearing lectures while cooking, my cooking skill has improved. Because it's the focus is there, but I'm also ఏంటంటారు తెలుగులో ఒళ్ళు దగ్గర పెట్టుకుని చేయడం అంటారు కదా. So it's like that. It's you're focusing on Krishna, so automatically things that you are preparing, your consciousness knows that you are making it for Krishna, so it is coming out very nicely. So listening to lecture is a fair game.
అది మధురాపతే అట్లా మధురం కదండి. అంచేత మనం వండుతున్నప్పుడు కూడా ఆ కృష్ణ తలుచుకుంటే అదే మధురం
Very
వస్తుంది.
good. Yes, Krishna. That's very nice.
I had similar experience in
Yes.
cooking. I have bit of back pain, so after 15 minutes I'll get back pain.
Mm.
So once I started listening to Brahmananda Prabhuji Bhagavatam and doing that, it went on 1 hour, no back pain, nothing. I am peaceful.
Hari Bo.
This is the essence.
Yeah.
Mataji, another time which I find it very in the early morning, as soon as I get up at 4:30, immediately I will go into the kitchen, switch on any song or lecture or bhajan, and because immediately we cannot go into the kitchen. We have a lot of things to do, like muggu avani, and in half an hour, complete concentration, Mataji. Nobody is there to disturb me. Only doing this sweeping, little we have to do before taking bath. We cannot directly go into the bathroom. That time really, Mataji, half an hour or 45 minutes, it depends, I have to take care of all the things and then go to the bathroom, or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Such a nice, as soon as you get up, if you listen, your mind will be completely on the switch.
Exactly.
Till going to, I'm working, I'm a teacher, till 9 o'clock, my job is from morning 4:30 till 9, I'll be completely concentrating on this. And after coming to school, from the school, which I remain also, immediately first thing, I'll wash my feet and sit and chant and then get into the job.
Very
Hari Bo.
good.
Yes. That's why it's called Brahmi Muhurta, Mataji. Morning time is very peaceful because we are peaceful. There is nobody else to disturb you.
Yeah, that
No.
is the main thing. No phone calls.
Yeah.
Nobody will disturb us at that time.
That's the time Sattva-guna is very in prominence. As the day goes, it will be Raja-guna, evening is Tama-guna, the sleepy. So morning time, that's why they say.
That's the reason the evening all the Chinese noodles gadi will come out. Because Tamoguna raises, people get attracted to such food.
Yeah.
Let's eat some, gobi manchurian in the gadi. So
Yeah, that is the nature.
అదే
So,
బ్రహ్మ ముహూర్తం.
Brahma Muhurtam. 1.5 hours before sunrise is Brahma Muhurtam, and anyone who wakes up at that time and do your japa, that's the best time.
Energy continues in the evening.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Get up and do.
Yes, Madhu.
You will be more peaceful, more energetic throughout the day.
Yes.
My personal experience.
Yeah. Yes, Madhuji. So, going back to the topic, if it doesn't need your brains, if it doesn't need your attention, keep it. During the time when you're doing your work, keep it. But during the office time, where you need to put the brains and your effort very carefully, that time don't mix things. Because it will be spoiling both. You will spoil the work and you will spoil your concentration also.
yeah, one more thing I'll tell you. Even when it is not just work, right? Say my son wants to tell something that happened in the school or anything, comes in the morning, I switch off my lecture because I want to completely attend to him, right? I want to completely listen to him. This is also equivalent of office work. now we are in the role of a mother, material mother. We have to give attention that is due to the child. That also keeps our relationship. We are actually going to, you will actually see that balance has to do more with how we maintain relationships inside the home and outside the home than with anything else. So it's very important to make sure that more than whatever I'm trying to do, I'm trying to listen to a lecture or I'm trying to listen to a bhajan. Somebody comes up, we need to give full attention and talk to them very nicely. Yeah, I'm hearing to the lecture, come later. That doesn't work. Because soon children are growing very fast, and there comes a time when you have to run behind them to talk to them. When they're coming running to you and talking to them, you better pay attention. You'll miss it. I'll tell you, when I had twins, I had a daunting task, right? Like I still remember, we couldn't believe ourselves when the ultrasound person said there are 2 children. And I still remember Praven said, I already have a daughter. And I'm like, what can she do? so it's like a bargain, right? Like, no, she's not going to take one baby just because we already have a daughter. And it was such a daunting task to sort of make sure that I'm there for all 3 of them. I'm the only person, and I would say I cannot do it even if I cannot do it again. That's all I can say, but it was very hard. But at the same time, once I decided, you know what, next 2 years, I'm just the mother of twins and my daughter. And I actually went to resign. I went to my manager and said, I want to resign. And he said, no. Come up with any other option than resignation. This was in Seattle. My manager was a Mexican and he was younger than me. I'm telling you because there was no equation with him. He was a young chap, younger than me, not married, but still he knew the value of me, what I bring to work. He said, no, think of anything else other than resignation. Then I thought about it. There were some flexible options. I said, I'll do 20-hour weeks until they become some age, right? For 18 months, I did flexible hours. After that, believe me, a lot of people applied for flexible work and it did not get approved. It brings to another aspect of B. When we set boundary, when you are chanting and you are constantly getting reminded of idli pindi అయిపోయింది అది నారపెట్టాలి ఫీజ్ పే చేయలేదే వాడికి
అప్పుడే వస్తాయి ఐడియా అన్ని 2 టాస్క్స్ వస్తాయి అప్పుడు.
If somebody is suffering from insomnia, we should give them weed bag and ask them to chant nicely like baby they'll sleep.
Only then you will get sleep.
So when this thing happens, that just means that you are not focusing in material activities when you are doing them, and when you are not neither focusing on spiritual activities when you are doing them. That's all that means. So we have to get better at it. We have to excel at it. See, lot of times Prabhupada used to say, people should look at you and correlate your excellence at whatever you are doing. You could be an excellent speaker, excellent coder, excellent design. People at the end of it should be able to correlate that to you being a spiritual person. That's why that person is like that. Not the other way around. The बच्चा फेल हो गया मैथ में, अरे बोला हमेशा हरे कृष्णा करते रहते हैं घर में. This is what is going to happen. They are always doing bhajan and they are always having satsang. No time for kids. So the kid has to fail. No, it should be like we have to try and excel. And I'm just giving a mundane example. If the kid is not good at math, that's not how it works. Whatever we are doing, we have to do excellent. Only then that setting boundary works. People take these tips as very literally, and trying to implement it literally gets it started, but it does not flourish. It's one thing to say that okay, 5 to 9 is spiritual, 9 to 5 is material, 9 to 11, later on 5 to 9 is again spiritual. It's one thing to say, another thing to follow.
Yeah.
Right? There are days that goes well with that boundaries. There are days that will not go well, and it is a sine wave. It is never. You can never say I have conquered it now. Now I have the perfect balance. I'll never be toppled. I'll never go out of balance. Never. This struggle is for life. This struggle is for life, and in fact, probably we are going to say that there is actually no such thing as balance. In the end, after doing the acronym, there is no such thing as balance. Sorry, but we will continue every day, every minute to strive for a balance. The constant struggle is what we need, and we should learn to enjoy that. It should not frustrate us. Everything that we do only materially will frustrate us in the end, because nothing can satisfy us. That's the thing. But here also, same thing is happening. Now, we will never be perfect in balance. We'll never get everything. But you know what? Because of the spiritual bent of mind, we will learn to enjoy this struggle. This is the point I was making to my congregation 2 weeks back, that every week you have to strive and make sure that you are here at the satsang Sunday morning. It's going to be a constant struggle. Relatives are going to come. All Sundays, good festivals that we plan, that day only your favorite uncle's son's wedding will be planned, or some Vodagu, some Upanayam will be, or some 50th, 60th anniversary is being planned. All functions will come and sit on this and clash with our spiritual calendars. That is bound to happen, right? So at every juncture, there is this balance that needs to be stricken.
Yeah.
Which one to which one to choose?
So that is, Prabhuji, as I said, right, setting goals. You will get those events, no matter what. You have the circle you have, every week there will be some function to go, but you have to slowly cut down things. You have to choose important ones only. Just like, see, that is the progress, right? Otherwise, where is the progress? Say you at one point of time it will be like this. Marriage, Odugu, marriage, one satsang in the middle, and marriage. In it, like I'm saying, 2 month period. You should slowly strive towards marriage, satsang, marriage, satsang, Odugu. So the number of events for satsang should increase. The number of events you attend for marriage should decrease. Because people will call. Some relative far away will call. You have to be little diplomatic with them, right? Because human relations are important, right? You have to keep the relations warm. That is where you have to be a little bit smart in choosing which ones to go to.
And intention is everything, Prabhuji. Intention. If you desire intensely, Krishna will grant. He will keep your Sunday mornings clear. Has anybody experienced this? We experienced this. It is a wonder, Prabhuji. It is miraculous. For the last 10 years, all thanks to His Grace, Leelan Prabhuji and Anumataji, how our Sundays are cleared and no other living entity is thinking of us on Sundays. I don't know how this happened. Really, we don't know. And there is another thing. Wherever we go to some functions, some marriages are very important, Prabhuji. We have to sometimes do that. Sweet relationships are basis of both material life and spiritual life. This underline this. Sweet relationships are the basis. And we got called to a wedding in Bangalore, and we attended soon after Kartik Yatra of Maharaj. Actually, we straight came from Vrindavan, went to Bangalore, and we attended my cousin brother's daughter's wedding. And Sangeet was going on. We just entered and we there was Sangeet going on, all Bollywood, Tollywood, all films, songs were happening. And we freshed up, got dressed, put our tilaks. We said, we have a performance to do.
Sang Bajahure Mana.
So we sang Bajahure Mana, Srinandanandana. And we talked about the power of mind, right? If mind is both our friend and enemy. If we are controlled by mind, it is the worst enemy of our life. But if we keep mind under our control, it's the best friend, right? And we talked about the importance of Grihasthashram because there were two young boy and girl who are going to enter into Grihasthashram. We said Grihasthashram is probably one of the topmost ashrams. Without Grihasthashram, Sannyasashram will crumble. Do you know that? Brahmacharya ashram also will crumble. How many times the brahmacharis come here, right? Gaurang Darshan Prabhuji, Chaitanya Charan Prabhuji. Who are the people who are running behind and making sure all prasadam is done, their rooms are done, okay, and husband and wife, right? One husband and wife can support 50,000 brahmacharis. No, this is not just out of the whimsical thing. This is what happened in ISKCON Pune. When I don't know how many of you know this story, ISKCON Pune has a glorious ISKCON temple. Radha Vrindavan Chandra is there, and our Shiksha Guru, His Grace Radhesham Prabhuji is from there. And he was preaching there, and temple was not there. They were thinking of building a temple. And Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj asked Radhesham Prabhuji, okay, so what's the total cost? What is your project limit? And Prabhuji said 2 crore or 3 crore. Gopal Krishna Swami Maharaj said, no. Radhesham Prabhuji, okay, what it should be? What did he say? 150 crores.
Oh my.
Yes, Mataji. This is what happened. And it is said, Prabhuji, everybody, the congregation, everybody took it upon themselves to get the funding. There was a Mataji who had 2 small children. I think just 1 or 2 years difference between the two. And she was homemaker. In the morning, she would feed the younger one, put him to sleep, lock the door from outside, take the elder one and go for book distribution and preaching and fund collection. She would come in the afternoon, put this other guy, who both of them are not in school, so they're very close. Put the other guy, give him the lunch, put him to sleep, and take the smaller one and go for the rest of the day fundraising. When Lord Rama was building the bridge to Lanka, there was a small squirrel. Udita. Kada? Asalu ఆ ఉడత ఏమి చేయకపోయినా బిల్డ్ అయిపోయేది కదా. Did Rama need his services? But Rama saw that small little thing is going around and rolling a small rock. So it could be that Udita Seva by this Mataji, but it really intention mattered and it manifests in that huge temple that is there. Actually, it's a 300 crore temple. So you never know, Prabhuji. First start with the intense desire. How it will happen, how you can get time, He will take care. This is to be experienced. So, lot of things have to begin with intense desire to make your goals succeed. First of all, to have goals, then to make it succeed.
Yeah, Prabhuji, that will happen. You'll be called by many people. One thing is choose which ones where to go, so that you balance. You can, if there is a satsang, think twice whether to go to that or not. Second thing, Prabhuji, more than festivals or events, go when they are in trouble. That people will remember. Right? See, marriages, everybody will call you go. But if you want to really, be with them and maintain a relationship, go when somebody is in distress, they're in need, they're in hospital. Pakka make sure to visit them. That they will remember and they will know. Like say, as you go in your spiritual life, right, they will understand that he is doing something nice, right? They might not be able to do, but all my relatives know that we are in Krishna consciousness. We might not be able to attract them, but they know that we are doing something nice. They will attend when they can, and they know that if we don't go, that we have some satsang. And they for sure know that Sunday evening these people will not come. So they won't even call. That will happen after some time. If you keep at it, saying that Sunday evening I dedicate, you tell them. You call me any day, I'll come. You can tell if marriage is in the evening, I'll come in the morning and help you. I organize, arrange, tent, chair, but evening, leave me. They will understand. Because they know that you're doing something good. You're not going somewhere else for a party, right? So they will understand. And slowly, as Suma said, the intense desires, Krishna will take care of those kind of things. They will only call and say, no, not needed, or something will happen, they'll postpone. And sometimes it also happens that some people come to your house at the same time of satsang. What do? We bring them to satsang. Chalo satsang, nice prasadam, satsang. Some people will come. Yeah, right. So there are some adjustments you can do like
There
that.
are some people who avoid coming to our house on Sunday evening. These people will
They won't be there. They know. Sunday evening they will not be there, so they will only plan. So it will slowly happen. As Suma said, intense desire to attend satsang or events will help you. Krishna will help you. Okay. That's B. What's B? B is for boundaries. Okay. Next is A. Yes. A is for association. You have to keep associating with the like-minded people. Just like, for example, New Year resolution, I want to get fit. I want to start running every day. What do? You don't go alone. I don't think anything will happen if you think that I'll go alone. One day you will fail. First day you will go in the middle of the night, 4 o'clock you wake up and run. Second day you will think 4 o'clock, no, 4:30 I will go slowly. Third day, nobody will be there to check on you. You might sleep also. But if you keep a buddy, right? You both decide, okay, this is the resolution. He will call you. Hey, wake up, let's go. Or you will call him. Just like how you keep association in material life to get at some activities, even studies. I just give an example. Similarly, to achieve your goals in spiritual life, you have to have good association who will encourage to go to the events. My student will call me. Prabhuji, are you coming? Suddenly, maybe I may not be thinking to come. Yeah, Prabhuji, I'm coming. Right? Like we do that to each other. Are you coming to like Bhadrasam Yatra? Prabhuji, I'm not planning. No, you come, Prabhuji, it'll be nice. Then I'll think twice, right? So association is very, very important in spiritual life. Keep in the association of like-minded people, so they encourage each other. They don't say, let's go to Sima, Neomal is nearby, let's go. No, right? So association is very, very important. You want to say anything about association?
No, I think association is also something that you will have heard from Prabhuji a lot. I think that without association, even forget devotional life, even crimes cannot happen. Right? Like even that needs. So association is everything. In fact, how much you associate shows the seriousness of your goal, seriousness of your intention to achieve the goal. Goal everybody keeps, even I keep, every year I should get healthy, I should get fit. But
that's why I don't keep goals.
I know I know how serious it is. It is never serious because I'm not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
So it's very important to always make sure that I should drag myself to where other devotees are there.
Yeah. So association is very important. So A for association, right? I want to tell something else about that.
It will come to you. Go
Okay,
ahead.
fine. So now L. What is L? Let it go. Let it go. There are so many things that you do as part of your day-to-day life that might be consuming your time. One question that is constantly asked to both of us, right? People come to our satsang. Prabhuji, ఎలా చేస్తారు Prabhuji మీరు ఇద్దరు వర్క్ చేస్తారు వన్ మాతాజీకి ఓకే ఇదేనా మీరు చేసేది మొత్తం అంతా రోజంతా వీకెండ్ అంతా ఇదేనా చేస్తారు లేదు మాతాజీ మాకు ఆఫీస్ ఉంది వర్క్ వెళ్తాం అవునా ఆఫీస్ కూడా వెళ్తారా మీరు ఇది కూడా చేస్తారా ఎస్ మాతాజీ సో ఫస్ట్ అండ్ లాస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ లాస్ట్ మీకు ఎలా చేస్తున్నారు ఇది హౌ ఇస్ ఇట్ పాసిబుల్ ఇట్స్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్ టు అస్ వీ హ్యావ్ offices to go, we have this, that, we have this. Some of the examples that we gave is we let go of some things. Like before coming to Krishna consciousness, some of the rituals we used to do. Morning newspaper, half an hour. Coffee, half an hour. Right? Evening something else, half an hour. You have to let go of things slowly. If you want to go towards Krishna, you have to let go of some things, right? Just like when the boat needs to row in the river, anchor has to be lifted, right? You have to have the focus. Only then Krishna will reciprocate, right? How will Krishna reciprocate? When you show that interest and enthusiasm, say, Krishna, I am coming to you. Krishna will make 2 steps towards you. If you are not doing that, he will say, okay, why should I worry about I have other devotees to worry about? So let go of things that are consuming your time day in, day out, right? Let go of those kind of things, right?
Yeah. So I'll tell you what happened. In 2018, I decided to retire from workforce, not take a break. I said I'll retire. It's done. I'm just going to retire, and I resigned Microsoft. At that point of time, I had worked for Microsoft for 18 and a half years, and I took less than 18 and a half minutes to resign. Actually, think about it. The minute I thought about resigning, I just did it, right? And then there was this ex-manager of Microsoft who was in my apartment complex. He used to see me happily roam around freely and all that, and it did not digest to him that I'm so happy.
Not happy.
So
I'm not happy. Nobody should be happy.
So he started talking to me in the elevator and hallway. Hey, you're still free. You're still free. Why don't you? Some years of career is still left in you, Suma. You should come back. And he was in Salesforce.
By the way, he's my manager now, so I have to be careful.
Yeah. So I was like, no, should I go? Should I not go? I'm doing everything so nicely. I went to Vaishnavi retreat for 10 days, and I'm able to come for afternoon Sakhi Sangha meetings. I'm doing so many things nicely. Going back to work will make me stop all these things, right? So I was thinking. Then my brother-in-law, my brother, who is Praven's sister-in-law's husband, he is a disciple of His Holiness Harivilas Maharaj. Both of them are Krishna conscious couple. And he said, you have to take the job offer. And here was his reason, and I completely got convinced. He said, the minute people see other people do spiritual things, oh, they do amazing puja, mangalarti, they offer. They think, oh, you know what? They are free, they are at home, they can do it. The minute you do job, you will be able to preach 24/7 without sitting on Vyasasana. You are constantly a role model for others to see and look at. If she can do it, I have to do it. For that, you have to take the job offer, he said. I was like, oh man. See, Srila Prabhupada's movement is a 24/7/365 responsibility. Everybody is watching us. People love to do some small mistake or fall down to pick on us. And who will they pick on? They'll pick on our tilak, they'll pick on our dress, they'll pick on ISKCON, they'll pick on Prabhupada. That's why we have more responsibility to excel at work, to be the best people we are. And one more thing, to be truly happy is a responsibility. You have to be happy. Another question we get asked, apart from how do you get time and all that, is how are you always smiling? So I smiled for that. I said, what? What do I have to do to smile? That has to be the request. Sometimes, especially the community that we belong to is a community of, I don't know how many zeros are there in the bank balance. I don't know if they know. Right? They are very, very affluent families. And why will they come to Krishna for? Because
everything.
Exactly, everything is there, Prabhuji. Krishna, actually in Nectar of Devotion, Mataji, those of us who have done Bhakti Shastri, we know, right? Artharthi, Artharthi, Jignasi, and Gnana. Yeah.
4 people who come to Krishna.
So 4 types of people come to Krishna: who need money, who are in distress, who are in a very curious, who want to have knowledge. These people are everything. They don't have anything of that sort. Why will they come? You know why will they come? To know why we can smile all the time. That is missing. Sorry, no amount of zeros in your bank balance can guarantee.
People say that most of the people in the ISKCON devotees, they are happy all the time.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's why they are curious to know what
Yes.
Oh,
is
yeah.
happening in
Oh,
ISKCON
100%
devotees.
Matu.
I heard from a lot of people.
Yes. And not just that. So I belong to a somewhat joint family, I can say. 2 brothers and 1 sister married 2 sisters and 1 brother. So 3 exchanges have happened, right? Yeah, Prabhuji. So we all our cousins. We are 17 of us. We grew up in the vicinity. No phone, nothing. One person would do, my mom would do idlis and would make me run to my Doddamma's, Peddamma's house asking what kind of chutney should she make. I would collect the information about the chutney and come back and tell her. Like we were the mobile and Zepto, Gipto, Zomato, Gimoto, all of us were me and my brothers. And no wonder we were very lean and fit when growing up. So my number comes in the middle, 9th. I have 8 people on the top, 8 people on the bottom.
Exactly.
And I have all kinds of cousins. Actually, there is a cousin who looks like Aishwarya Rai. So good looking cousins who are very good at painting, cooking, to everything. But I am the only one who receives 16 birthday wishes on my birthday. The reason is some cold war is happening between 2 cousins all the time, even now. నేను అంటాను అరే 50 ఏళ్ళు వచ్చేసింది ఇంకా ఏంట్రా ఇవన్నీ ఏం నడుస్తూ ఉంటుంది. How come you are so always having quarrel something or the other? Because misunderstandings keep on happening. I'm the only one who doesn't have that with all 16 of them. That is because I have spiritual life to follow. Spiritual life will make you very tolerant, very patient. Even if somebody has ignored you, you walked into the house and they didn't say, hey, come. They didn't say. This itself can become very big deal, Prabhuji. Have you heard that? నేను వెళ్ళాను అస్సలు ఒక్కరు కూడా కూర్చోనలేదు. For us, we devotees, there is a chair, we want to sit, we sit. Like we are very light-hearted people. Even if we are hungry, we can walk into any host's kitchen and say, prasadam unda. We don't even wait for any invitation and formal and all that. So it's very simple. So actually, I use this example at work when I was talking about performance management. And everybody could relate to this. Why? Because everywhere, you believe it or not, you are an individual contributor, you are a manager, you are not a manager, you are a homemaker, whatever you are, you are constantly managing relationships with your maids, with your spouses, with your children, with your in-laws, with your parents, with your neighbors, with your everybody. Constantly doing that. There are some fundamental principles on which a relationship can thrive. And those fundamental principles are possible to live and practice only in the devotional life, in spiritual life. You can practice. Material life, you can go and listen to 700 TEDx talks on how to be a best husband. You can you just type that and 150 TEDx talks will come. Why do you think TEDx talks are not transforming people? Actually, they are extremely well articulators and extremely super good speakers. Their English is good, their voice modulation is good, their choice of words is good. Why is no heart melting? You are actually enjoying during the lecture. You are like, wow, what is said? After that, zero. Transformation is not happening. Right? That is not what works. The behavior. People will remember what you bring in front of them. And now, there are 2 questions that we face, right? How come you have how do you manage your time? How come you are happy? That is what is let go of things will make for us.
Yeah, now I remember what I want to say. Association, in the association. One thing Milan Prabhu says is, in the satsang, you have to have very close friend of yours, where you can open your heart and talk about your problems. That is very, very important. Look around you, find out somebody who is a buddy, that you can open your heart and talk about your problems day in, day out. Just like how you have buddies outside, you must have a friend, somebody who you very close to. There you can open your heart. Very, very important, right? Second thing I want to make a point. Relationships are very important. Keeping them warm is important. Especially giving time to people at home is 100% number one point. You cannot let go of it, no matter what. As Suma said, you have to give time to your parents, your kids, your spouse, no matter whether they're in KC or not. Doesn't matter. Prabhupada said, if you're a new mother, that is your duty. Forget chanting also, he said, don't do it. First thing you have to take care of, you take care of your baby. That is where you have to do, that is your duty. Right? So should not get confused of, balance at that time. When somebody is in need, somebody is sick at your home, first thing is take care of them. Because Krishna has given you the family to take care. And Krishna will not be happy if you are not taking care of them. Period. So you have to let go of that also. You have to let go of some of the things that you are doing and not be fanatic. Fanatic means like you go on one side, no, you have to be sensitive to issues at home and give time to the people accordingly. Very, very important. That's very, very important, right? So at least let go. A, balance, right? A is attitude. Talk about attitude.
So attitude is everything. So even in interviews, right? I might have done around 2,000 interviews in the entire 25 years of my career. Between skills and attitude, I always chose a person with better attitude than skills. Doesn't matter IIT, IISc, all those education. If the person is not coachable, he'll be a nuisance in the team. A pain in the neck. Not just for yourself. It's like inducting somebody into the family. Hiring someone is inducting someone into the family. Getting them out is a painful process. All of you know who are in corporate world. So attitude is everything. And when we were discussing yesterday about attitude, our one of our twins always has planted his ears wherever we sit. One ear is always devoted to us. He always keeps hearing, and he is my biggest critic. He's my biggest critic. He will say, "You did bhajan nicely," but always I wait for that but, because some critical bracket is coming.
Tune is not good, he says.
No, he says.
There's a mistake there.
He says, "You did it like a performance." This is all his criticism is very high level actually. So I did bhajan to attract, to prove to my audience that I am a very good singer. I did not do bhajan to please Krishna. So I did it like a performance. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for appreciation. I said, for that I have to do bad bhajan, is it? Just to prove the point that I'm not trying to please the audience. I have to do a bad bhajan, is it? He said, not like that. So he's my biggest critic, and he had planted the ears when we were actually discussing about the attitude, and he said, "Oh, by the way, you should know that the attitude in material life and attitude in spiritual life should be different."
Yes.
And the reason to succeed or be successful in material life is just so that your spiritual life is not impacted, not the other way around, he said. The reason you want to keep your material life well balanced and put there, because if material life is jolted, Prabhujis and Matajis, you cannot sit like this and listen to a lecture, right? You have to make sure that everything is taken care. 7:45 a.m. Sunday, our class starts, Prabhuji, and that's the time maids come, right? We all know. So the Matajis who attend have made sure that on Sundays, either maids come after 10 o'clock or before 8 o'clock they are out of the house. And also, before coming to the satsang, they have put hot breakfast on the table in hot boxes with plates laid out and everything, so that people in the house are not finding fault, because there is a old mother-in-law in the house, husband is not coming to the satsang, kids are sleeping until whatever 9 o'clock, right? That why do you need to be successful and be careful about material life is just so it doesn't disturb your spiritual life. But when you are leading your spiritual life, it's okay. Sometimes it may disturb and it's fine. We should know on festivals we are staying late and we are working hard, and we will probably go late the next day to office until and unless it's not really impacting and something that we committed to and we are not delivering. That should be fine. So this is what Praket was telling us when we were discussing about attitude. I thought it's a very nice way of looking at it from where he is. I don't know what kind of responsibility he thought about. Probably he thought about academics and spiritual life. We call him to come to satsang every time, and he has a exam the next day, so he must be feeling that pressure too. So he was saying the attitude has to be different. That is true actually. But some common basic principles will help us. Sincerity, focus is needed for success in both material life as well as spiritual life. It's not going to be without these two ingredients. It's very important to be sincere, and it's very important to have that ability to focus. One thing that I have developed myself over the years in this balance act is that I can snap in and snap out very quickly. The transition time has reduced. So just now I was talking to a lot of people, let's say, discussing something that are organizing something in the office or something like that, and I can put the phone down, keep it in the silent mode, and go to a place and chant. Like snap, zoom out, because I have to finish my chanting. At the same time, while chanting, today is going to be a difficult day. I have a lot of work to do. Say festival days, Prabhujis and Matajis, you know. Festival days, we have a big menu to cook and all that. And the previous day also we would have planned and stayed late. And even if we wake up in the morning, that muggu and all will take time, Mataji. Nowadays, I'm doing Ratham muggu every day from Kanuma to Rath Saptami. I'll draw Ratham. And it takes time, right? So everything is taking time. So I will have a plan to overcome this. I won't be able to finish 16 in the one sitting. Instead, I'll break it up. 6 rounds, off I go, and come back 6 rounds. I'll do later, either in the evening when I'm coming back from office, or if I'm not going to office, when I put for Naivedyam, when I put for Bhog, that's when I sit there and finish my rounds. It works in both the ways. When you put actually Naivedyam, you have to pray Krishna to accept. See, the offer is complete only when the recipient really receives, no? Right? And every day we are putting there, Krishna, take it, and running away, right? Because a lot of things happen. But some days you should really pray, Krishna, I'm such a useless person. I have tried to make some items, but I have made a lot of mistakes. It's nowhere closer to how you eat from Radharani's hands. But please accept. And please help me to have more focus while cooking, so that my culinary skills can improve. Please take it, Krishna, please take it. And in fact, we'll tell Prabhupada, we'll hide behind Prabhupada's Khandwa actually. Prabhupada, please offer. We don't even have qualification to go to Krishna to accept. We'll say, our Guru Maharaj, please recommend Prabhupada, please recommend Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please recommend to Radharani. Radharani will say, Krishna eat. Done. So we have to do this. So what I'm trying to say is, coming back to L, where we are?
No, attitude.
Attitude. Attitude matters a lot. Attitude is everything.
Now, one other point I want to make in attitude is sometimes you have to have more firm attitude in spiritual life than material life.
Yeah.
What does that mean? You have to strive for more things in spiritual life. Your attitude should be more strict. That I will attend this Mangalarti. I will go to Yatra and at least twice in a week I will attend Mangalarti. That attitude has to be there. Or I will go to this class Sunday for sure, pakka. And that strict attitude has to be there. And sometimes material life you can let go of things. You can say, okay, fine, somebody said something, I want to retaliate. That kind of things you can let go. You can relax your attitude in material life, which to help your spiritual life, right? And that's what one other question that is asked to us actually in the satsang when we do SSR. Okay, fine, we are coming to the classes, we are doing all this. What is the benefit? What benefit will I get? Right? That is the question people ask. We have to tell them a lot of things like this, right? You will become a better person. You will have peace of mind because you got the knowledge that you are not the body or the soul, right? And you can let go of things. You don't need to retaliate, revenge mind. You don't need to have your human relations will improve. Lot of things, right? Intangible, tangible. Right? So one of the things that happens with your spiritual goals is you become a better person, a relaxed person. And fundamentally, that's what I was given as a feedback in my office. That he never gets agitated for anything, right? Even if there's a big incident that comes on, right? We can take it head on, right? Without getting agitated. A lot of people get jump up and down. They'll call 100 people and they'll make everybody do a lot of havoc. Yeah, it's a normal thing. It'll come. We take it. How can you be such calm and cool person? They'll ask. That all comes with practice. So that is attitude. So you can have a different attitude for material life, which is a little bit relaxed. But spiritual attitude has to be fixed and firm so that you are progressing on your goal. Again, remember the fundamental goal. Goal is very important, right? Attitude. Next is N, right? Balance mein N. N is negotiate your way, right? We talked about it a little bit, but I'll elaborate more. What does it mean? Okay, I'm at my home. I'm the only one who is in KC, right? My husband or wife are not, into it. My mother-in-law are not into it. Father is not into it. As Suma said, you cannot not please them. You have to make sure that things are right at home. Otherwise, your spiritual life is ruined. You have to make sure that they are fed properly. You have to make sure that breakfast is ready no matter whether you're in KC or not. So you have to negotiate your way out. Like how you should say, today I'm going to a class, but I kept everything ready in the morning for you. If there is a festival at home, I took care of all the rituals at festival and then I'm going. If it requires waking you up early and doing it, do it. Right? Say on that day you have to be ready, you have to finish cooking and offering and some puja at home, everything. Wake up 2 hours early. Finish it. So that you can go to satsang in the afternoon. You cannot mix those two. Right? So that, so you're negotiating your way. Right? Or, in the daytime people are not letting you chant. They're asking, why are you chanting now, wasting time? They'll ask you, come here, give this water, give that, give this. Finish your chanting early. Or finish your chanting when everybody sleeps in the night if you don't have time. So you have to have that negotiations plan with your family members. Very important. If you don't do that, your spiritual life will be, not in good shape and you will suffer a lot. Anything in negotiation?
In fact, when we after coming to KC, and I think Matajis will agree with me, we start cooking more, right? Especially if Jagannath is there. Jagannath is a foodie god. Any day I say, today I'll just make one rasam and one curry. Jagannath sends 7 relatives. So I have surrendered to him. I said, I will never want to relax. I will always feed you. So if that is the case, then people will see in the rest of the family who are not bought into this, who are not yet into KC, they will start seeing the difference. Earlier, she used to just make idli and chutney. Now she is making sambar and vada also. Right? We actually cooked for Jagannath.
Yeah.
In the end, everybody benefits. So such positive differences should be there, not the other way around. Ever since she started attending, she or he started attending satsangs, she's not available for all these things at all. The other things that you used to share with your spouse or your family or things like that. That is the way to negotiate. This is very, very important. In fact, once a Mataji asked Prabhupada in a letter that my husband is forcing me to cook non-veg. And Prabhupada wrote in the letter, cook. Simple. He removed the... Because if maybe someday this word will be taken way out of context and probably misunderstood, but maybe not because you are following spiritual path for some time. The word submissively is properly the most misunderstood word in material world. Submissive is not a bad thing. You are actually submitting to everybody. You are driving your car, you are submitting to all the rest of the people there and hoping that they are keeping their attention on the road. You get into an aeroplane, did you check the degree certificate and of the pilot? You are submitting him to him. Bus driver, you are submitting to every single person. It's not like you are not submitting. Only when it is used in this context, everybody is, especially Matajis not in Krishna consciousness, they will think like, already we are downtrodden and oppressed and what is the exploited race, and on top of that we become submissive and that's it. These people will write. No, actually being submissive is not a bad thing. In fact, one of the classes in our satsang, there are 5 CEOs, Prabhuji. 5 CEOs are there. So we just asked a question. How many of you have children? They all have children. So we said, how many of you don't want obedient children? Don't want. Nobody raised hands. Arey, what happened to the 21st century talk? Independent, broad-minded, challenge. You have to challenge me. Not be afraid, courageous. Whatever happened to that? Why do you want obedient children? You want children who will challenge you, who will speak their mind, who will follow their heart, who are independent, figure things out on their own. Why do you want obedient children? Everybody wants obedient children. Right, Prabhuji? We want obedient colleagues, obedient team members also. Right? Submissive is not a bad word. You can always submissively counter a person, isn't it? Hey, I think by doing this other way, we will be able to finish it faster. One small thing that we don't get is that sweetness is the secret to harmony, and harmony is the secret to freedom. All of us want freedom. Who doesn't want freedom? If you want to come to satsang, have the freedom of coming to satsang every Sunday, make sure that everything is in harmony at home. If everything is a harmony, that means everything, like everybody is sweet. That means just cater to their needs. They will cater to your needs. Prabhuji talks about one more thing actually. His grandfather was served by his grandmother like anything, it seems. Like he wakes up and his brush is already put on the toothpaste on it, ready, and with a mug of like water right beside it for him to brush. He comes out brushing, he has a warm water waiting for him. He is ready to go to bathroom already has the towel. He comes out, iron clothes on the bed, handkerchief, walks out and hot breakfast is waiting and she's standing to serve her. And she passed away. Within 2 months he passed away. He couldn't. So rest of the world must be thinking she's like a servant to him. No, he is her servant.
Yeah, because without her, he cannot survive, right?
He cannot survive.
One day, if she falls sick, he'll be looking around. Where is my things?
And he cannot have that secure feeling. Not just missing his breakfast. It's like if she is there, he doesn't need to think about things. She is his security. Who is dependent on whom now? Right? know that.
Good. Yeah, so negotiate your way. Yeah, and this negotiation also should be there at work, by the way. They will force you to go to parties. You know, many people functions. You are a leader, you are a manager, and you have to take them to a party, right? How do you go about it? Because it's not easy. So you can negotiate your way, saying that, hey, I will arrange things for you, but evening I might not. So at least you are doing something for them, not that you're completely absconding there, right? You can say, let's go to a vegetarian place, or maybe let's go to Govindas. Sometimes I take them to Govindas, right? That kind of negotiation can happen. Once they can go to their place, once you can go. Because otherwise, if you don't take them to outings, you know, it's not going to be a working route, right? It's very important. So there should be some negotiations there, and one thing I make sure is I don't preach at work. By the way, I will never preach at work unless until they ask me. So one thing everybody should remember. If they ask me curiously, hey, what's happening? Why do you have tilak? By the way, I put tilak and go to office. Then they'll tell. And slowly they'll understand, hey, this guy is doing this. And they only will make sure that some arrangements are. They'll say, okay, let's go to a vegetarian restaurant this time because Praven doesn't eat. Right? Or they doesn't eat in other restaurants. So slowly they'll understand. But you have to negotiate your way so that you have good relationship in office also. If you don't have those, again, you are spending 9 hours, 10 hours in office, you have to be in good, harmonious relationship with people. Right? That's very important. C. Chanting, sadhana. For all these things to happen, your sadhana has to be very good. You cannot compromise on your sadhana and chanting. The Prabhu might have told already many times, make sure that your sadhana is in a good shape. Wake up in the morning, do it in a time where it is nice and amicable, and increase your intensity if you are doing less rounds. If you are doing 16 rounds, do them better. Do more rounds in Ekadashi. Sadhana will open up different avenues. The understanding of Shastras will increase, the understanding of Satsang will increase, the classes will increase. Your eagerness to attend or make a goal in spiritual life is increased. Right? It's very important to keep increasing your intensity of sadhana. Very important. Right? That is, chanting is very important.
His Grace Dwarkadish Prabhu and Vishaka Mataji, while explaining the importance of chanting, said this. Chanting will do 4 things, 4 wonders. Okay? The first one, chanting, because of chanting, devotees will look like devotees. You understand this? This is a very deep statement. You won't find fault with them. Even if someday idhar udhar ho gaya, devotees will look like devotees. Second one, Prabhupada's books will become very dear to you. Third one, ISKCON will be a very revered place for you. And fourth one, you get drawn, you get attracted to do more service. This is all going to happen because of chanting. Because see, the fundamental characteristics of human beings are very hard to change. Prabhuji always says this: if you are a manager, like a manager as in not at work, the manager, attitude and character. Even if you go to Abid's kitchen, you will start managing. Mataji, you cut the carrots. You matar chilo. Like you'll immediately.
It's nature.
It's nature. It's nature. It comes, right? So fundamental characteristics are not just going to change just because you put a tilak and start coming to satsang. But the whole point is how we use our fundamental character to either move towards Krishna or move others also towards Krishna. So that's the whole thing.
Yeah, chanting is very important. And last but not least, be excellent at what you do. Right? In office, be indispensable. That's the mantra. Right? If you want to negotiate your way out, or if you want to dedicate time to your spirituality, the manager should think, I will give him whatever he asks. You go ask for leave. I want to go for yatra. You will never say no if he knows that he cannot dispense. Be indispensable. Be the best. Actually, we should show that people in Krishna consciousness are the best employees. They are the top employees. They are in top jobs, and people should envy us, saying that how is he doing that? That you should not be mediocre there. You should be excellent in what you do. And you should, by how you do that? By being smart. Right? Don't be a hard worker, be a smart worker. Utilize that 9 hours, or 6 hours, 7 hours, you're in office for 8 hours, very efficiently. Right? Be efficient and excellent in what you do. You improve your skills and do whatever. I have many examples of devotees who work in offices and they negotiate their way out for different things because they're excellent, and the managers cannot let them go. Right? Because if it is anybody else and then you are doing lousy job, they'll say find some other job. No, because you're excellent. So be excellent at what you are doing in office or wherever you are, and that will give you the leverage or negotiation tactics to go out.
And choosing to be Krishna conscious is the most intelligent decision. Really, we are not measuring IQ anywhere. I really think that people who get attracted to Krishna consciousness, KC, their IQ will be far more than the rest of the people who reject it, because this is the most intelligent way of living life and most practical and most scientific way of living life. One day, Srila Prabhupada was going for a morning walk on Vizag beach, it seems. If you have been to Vizag ISKCON temple, it's right on the beach. And between the temple and the beach, there are these rocks. So one devotee was late. He was like rushing to join Prabhupada. Prabhupada was already on the beach. So he ran like crazy from temple to where Prabhupada was already walking. And Prabhupada observed that he not only ran and he came barefoot also. And Prabhupada knows that there are a lot of rocks in the middle. He said, why are you not wearing footwear? And he said, Prabhupada, whenever you are walking with us, I don't wear footwear. As a show of respect. We do that, no, Prabhuji Mataji? You know what Prabhupada said? A devotee's life is already full of austerity. I don't want such artificial austerity to hurt you. Nobody should have this doubt in your mind. Choosing Krishna consciousness is probably the most intelligent thing you can do for yourself in your life. This is not a dumb way of living. This is the most intelligent way of living and most practical way of living. We never said do the artificial austerities, stand on your thumb, stand single-legged. No such thing happened anywhere. All the transformations we are asking for is within the hearts, right? So I really think that all of us have the capability to excel. Please don't think, oh, I don't work anywhere. Where will I be excellent? Be excellent homemaker. Be excellent mother. Be excellent daughter-in-law. Be excellent whatever you can be in your community. You can be part of the cultural community. Don't take. There are so many tricks that we can employ so that you become the center of decision making without taking panga with these all these MCs, all the politics that happen, right? MCs are our best friends in Mankura. Whenever there is a fierce fight is happening between two people also, this person also comes to us with certain kind of discussion and expectation. This other person, opponent, also comes to us. We make sure that we publicly never show our allegiance. Publicly, nobody knows who we are with. Both of them think that they're with them.
Yeah, it's a very, I can tell how we it's a very, very fine balance you have to apply there. That's where you can use intelligence, right? Because the ultimate goal is you must have them give you the opportunity to, do events in the society. So the way we started, we joined, we went to the community in June or July.
July 8th.
July 8th, and next festival is Krishnashtami, and we want to celebrate that somehow.
And Krishnashtami is not on the list of festivals they want
Yeah,
to
they don't have it in the
celebrate.
list.
It's not on the list.
So I asked, who is the person who does celebrations here? I gave one person's name. We both went to his house. So he said, so and so we just joined and we go to ISKCON, we preach, we have Bhagavad Gita classes and all this stuff. And he said, we will celebrate. We will conduct the sessions completely. We'll take over and we'll do everything for you. Okay, fine. This is good. So that Janmashtami, everything is on our shoulders. Like we said, we wanted the hall, and then we published the program, and they were not doing dahi handi or anything. So we introduced dahi handi Everybody liked it. So we wanted to do that is more amicable to every category of the people. Kids, the E&D, big people, this chanting or whatever, right? Performances. We said enroll performances. Okay, bring on whoever wants to perform. But Krishna's things. So we did that. That's fine. Everybody liked it. Oh, nicely they did. Because there is no responsibility for them, no? Everything we did on their behalf, they came and enjoyed. So they liked it. So then they got a little bit of confidence. Next is Ganesh Chaturthi. Ganesh Chaturthi, for us, yeah, fine, we celebrate at home. But again, I took the responsibility of, I said, I'll give prasadam every day, 9 days. Kartik Prabhu. And they gave a budget, which is very low, by the way, for that one, per day, 15,000 something, for 100 people. The only place we can get that kind of prasadam is Kartik Prabhu, Khichdi. They loved it. Because other budgets were like going into lakhs. And if it is 60 days, 60,000, 9 days prasadam, full plate meals for everyone. I said, very nice, okay, fine. Then comes Radha Yatra, right? First year we didn't do Radha Yatra, right? First year we didn't do. Next came, Gita Jayanti. They don't celebrate it. But since I have established a connection and then the trust, and we don't get into any of those arguments and anything else. We only come when they're needed. And then, whenever there is an opportunity to serve, I'm there. Dasara, they celebrated. Dasara is none of the business, right? But I still went. I served every day. I said, I'll do all the help. So they got this nice understanding that these people will come and help whenever we want. So they started giving us full freedom. So whenever we say, like for example, Gita for CEO thing is coming, I just ask cultural committee. So and so person is coming, wonderful lecture, beautiful, I just need the hall. Granted. And then I'll ask them, please send this mail as EC. They'll send it. As EC, not by me, but EC sends it. Right? So slowly get it. Say, you have to give something to take something. You cannot be fanatic. You should say, I will only celebrate this festival, I'll only come to this. No. You have to be there everywhere, you have to be equal to everyone. So that's a tactic that you have to employ slowly. By serving people, they will serve you. That is one perfect example of that. You serve them, they'll help you. Right?
Yeah.
Any last word? Any questions? So that ends balance. BALANCE. Let me reiterate all those things. The fundamental thing, first thing is you have to have the foundation. Goal. Very important. You have to have a spiritual goal. Everybody must have a goal from wherever they are. B. What is B?
Setting
boundaries. Very important. A. What is A?
Association.
Very important. L. What is L? Let go. Things. Another A. What is A?
Attitude.
Next is N. What is N? Next is C. What is C? Sadhana. Last one E. All experts now. So that is how you balance your spiritual life and material life. We'll take some questions if you want anything, and then I'll give it to Prabhu for the next. Any questions you have, please ask us. We'll try to answer it.
So one question, if I may.
Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji was giving an example of one of the Matajis who wrote to Prabhupada asking non-veg, cooking of non-veg. And Prabhupada said cook. So in your own family also you might have individuals who want to have non-veg. They have not left that path. And now you are conscious saying that what is the path that you want to go in. So how do you finally trade that balance to support your own family at the same time to say that you decide what is good for you? How do you trade that balance?
So we lived in US for 13 years, and Thanksgiving our managers used to call, especially Praven had a manager, David. He always used to host like huge Thanksgiving brunches. If you have never been to Thanksgiving brunches, you know what happens? 11 o'clock, all the people sit at the table and start eating in the morning. You know when the eating ends? 5 o'clock in the evening.
Huge feast.
You're continuously eating. That's called Thanksgiving brunch.
Along with drinking.
Yeah, that goes with drinking. And you can imagine when there was a Russian colleague of his. He got to it's a potluck. Thankfully, it was a potluck. I always used to take the food that I can eat. So I used to take parathas, idli, chutney. They used to love it. And one Russian team member he once brought cow tongue delicacy. It was made out of cow tongue. You have no idea. Actually, I always say, you know, you have to be nice to everyone, but sometimes it's a very tricky thing. It's not about nice, my heart was completely broken. If you are broken from inside, you cannot even smile. I said, God, it's on the same table my idli is sitting. But I took some deep breath and survived through the whole ordeal. But there are trying times, Prabhuji. All this philosophy and talking on one side, real life is that real taskmaster. So I would say when you go to other people's house where you know non-veg is being served, take something so that it's also a gesture of being part of their celebration as well as you have something to eat. When they come over, show your vegetarian power. Prabhuji, what we cannot do? Our pizzas and burgers, they are much better than Pizza Hut and the Domino's can ever do. Mataji, I think Prashanti Mataji went just last last week on the Bogi day. Anu Mataji had these big kids over and she cooked. She made pizzas. She sent home. They were so good, so good. Different kinds of cookies. Show them what vegetarian food is all about. It's not anna pappu, kura pulusu. No, it can be so much better. I baked a Christmas cake for Indradina Maharaj the other day, and I baked the same thing for my satsang. They were all floored, Mataji. One Mataji said, I never ate plum cake. I never ate plum cake. This is the first time I'm eating plum cake. They soak all the dry fruits in rum, the real Christmas cake. I soaked it in orange juice. You cannot make out. Even if you sell it in Costco US, nobody will know it doesn't have rum in it. So flex your muscle, Prabhuji. They should be flabbergasted, jaw-dropped, astounded, bewildered, shocked, stunned. Do you want any more adjectives? That should be it. Flex your muscle. And do it in a humble way. I'm not saying, see what I can do for you. They should be like, hey, from starter to dessert, all high stuff. It's not like mundane stuff. Extraordinary stuff, and still it is all vegetarian, no onion, no garlic. They'll not miss it.
And they'll be surprised to see how can you cook without onion.
Yeah.
First question they're asked, because people first cut onion,
Yes.
then think you what to cook.
First cut onion.
Yes.
Seriously, then
My
how can-
EVP who comes to dinners with us, I always go and I always make a face. I mean, I'm always very troubled in my inside of my head, but I still go because I have to go. But one chef or the other will listen to me, and I said, just bring me cooked dal. Even if you don't put any seasoning, that's fine. White rice and cooked dal is all I'm going to eat. And they end up doing nice seasoning and giving. And my EVP always takes a spoon from there because he knows that that's the only fresh food in all of the platter. Everything else is bulk cooked. The sauce is already made the previous day. This is the only thing that was not on the plan. I made him do on the spot. So he always says, Suma, your food is always tastier than everything else. So it has lot of things. We have to, this is a slow journey, Prabhuji. As long as we don't show off being in devotional path. We don't show off being vegetarians and not eating onion, garlic, as though that's the topmost sophistication that one can have. And you people, you non-veg eaters, you onion, garlic eaters.
Right? See, we go to many marriages, right? And there will be nothing to eat except curd rice. Calmly go eat curd rice and the sweet come back. No complaints, no
Thank
nasty
God there are
things.
sweets.
Right?
Thank Krishna for sweets.
So that is attitude, Prabhu. It's like we don't complain on anything, and but when they come, we take care of them like anything. That will.
None of them know. There might have been more than 30 marriages where we have just eaten sweets and curd rice, and none of them know it until now. They don't.
waste kada.
Waste
Yeah.
kuda.
Waste food and it also goes negative, Mataji. The way it goes is that we are, these guys come from, this place, they always complain as if they don't eat, previously they have eaten, all those backgrounds. No, why? Just be calm, go your way. Even if there is nothing, just nicely smile, give the gift and come back. You always have prasadam at home, you can eat that, right? But slowly they'll understand. When you call them, they'll see, oh, nicely you cooked for us. Then they'll ask next time, okay, మీరు అన్ని విధాలు తిన్నారు కదా, మీకు ఒక స్పెషల్ చేసాము ఒకటి అంటారు. Then that is how slowly you change.
Not just as kids, Prabhuji. And not just, they are twins are 17 right now. 10 years back, when they were just 7, we were in Trendset twins. I still remember. Including the cake, there was nothing. Cake had egg, puff and chips, everything has onion, garlic. Never did they eat.
They ask.
And I said one more thing. If you're really hungry or if you're getting bogged down in front of your friends, you have the freedom to do whatever you want. A 7-year-old, you can't dictate. But they never ate. When especially kids, when you give them freedom, they'll choose wisely. Not when the other way around.
If you force them, they will not.
Yeah. So now they actually know. Before going to a party, they eat properly and go. Because they know that they're not going to get much.
But there is transformation, Prabhuji. Now people know that we don't need onion garlic. The mother calls and tells Suma, I made a special dish for them. It's there, so don't worry, send them.
Yes.
So it changes in 10 years. Lot of changes. Slowly things will change.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji, Mataji. It's wonderful to have you all.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thanks for the wonderful session, Prabhuji and Mataji. And I think most of the devotees who are here might be interested in having a session on how to negotiate with MC. I think they are having a really tough challenge in going through that part of life. So yeah, I think that should be taken up as a separate session. We will take it up. But really, there are lot many takeaways from the session. Personally, for me as well, I mean, though as Mataji and Prabhuji was saying, philosophy one side, but practically coming to the things, it's not that easy. But yes, without compromising on the philosophy also, it can be practically dealt. I mean, in my personal, though in the short span of 7 years of KC, I have seen that, and it really works actually. It really works. There is nothing like it's not possible. It works actually. So I really once again thank Prabhuji. So let us with 3 enthusiastic and Haribols, let us thank again Praven Prabhu and Suma Mataji. Okay? Haribol! Okay. Yeah. So I request Ashok Prabhu to come. No, probably Himanshu Prabhu. Himanshu Prabhu, please you come now. Mataji, sorry Mataji. Yeah, we wanted to. Yeah, so Himanshu Prabhu, please. Prabhuji.
We just came for the class.
No, that's okay. No, this is you can say it is for maskaing for next session.
Reciprocation, you have to come to our session too.
I am not that Bharti guy, Prabhuji. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, anyone wants to sing Narsimharthi? Kids? Huh? Bhagavan Prabhu is there. Oh, Haribol, he is out of my sight. He came there.
Why are you hiding? Come here.
Come here, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I was sitting here, I didn't know the Lord was there. I was sent to exile.
Wonderful to have you.
Yeah.
Amazing session.
Please, Prabhu.
Namaste, Namaste.